let's get into, I really want to talk about Venus's journey, and then and this ties into Saturn and the North Node. So we're going to cover those first, and then we are going to get into this Sun conjunct Jupiter, and we'll do a reading, and then will be our Twitchy Tuesday today. So let's get into this Venus journey. So this trine with Pluto in Aquarius, this is an air sign trine, right? We've got Gemini air. That is mutable air, which means it can flex, it can ebb, it can change direction. It's very fluid in how it moves. And we have Pluto in Aquarius, Aquarius being fixed air. So this is the air that's trapped in a box. It's the air that is not as moldable and movable. It doesn't have a lot of options to flow the way a mutable air flows. And this is all around, this meetup is really about, there's a strong signature of communication, of thoughts, of information sharing. Because Venus, again, is very social in Gemini. She's a chatty Cathy. She wants to be out, she wants to be talking, she wants to be doing things. And with Pluto here, like, I want to share, I want to be talking, I want to share all the things that I've learned, I want to share where I'm going and what I'm doing. But with Pluto here, there's this level of depth to that conversation, and there's a level of required sexuality. Like, Venus wants to be very superficial in Gemini, very surface level in Gemini, and Pluto's kind of like standing in her way saying, don't bring that bullshit over here. No, nah, boo, don't bring that bullshit over here. Like, you're gonna talk to me and we're gonna have an actual conversation. If you like, I'm not the dude you want to approach. I'm not the planet you want to approach, Venus, if you just want to have something superficial. Like, we're gonna actually have a talk. So it's almost like, if you can really get into these conversations and get into this energy, these are the types of conversations that you might have went into not expecting a lot, but you come out with this like, wow, like, I didn't think that meeting was going to go that way. I didn't think that this meetup was going to go that way, but holy shit, like, I just learned all this information about somebody. I got all of this knowledge. I got all of this like insight, and it's really created a bond. There's the ability with these two to really create deep connections, intimacy, a new level of understanding, being willing and open to see. Hello, nice to see you, ma'am. Thank you for joining. There's really this ability to see like the larger stage, opening up of communication on a different level with these two. This could also, I have not looked at the news all day today. That's me and who I am. I have been blissfully unaware of all of the news, but we could see or hear in the coming days announcements of new relationships. And those are all kinds of relationships. This is not exclusively like interpersonal relationships. There could be relationships between entities. This could be something that looks like two businesses joining together, countries having conversations, like people being brought to the boardroom together. So there could be these like really, like, these are kind of those merger sort of conversations. And then it comes back to, how does that affect you in your thought process going forward? Right? So let's see if there's any other cards that want to come out before I get to the cards with this conversation. Thank you. Ooh, Temperance. All right. So if you are new joining me here, and for those audio listeners as well, I do not read tarot. I don't read reversals. The energies speak for themselves. The cards speak for themselves. I am just here as a channel. Thank you, ancestors, for allowing me to be such, and speaking to me and speaking through me. So the cards themselves, we read straight up. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and Temperance. And as we're talking about this potential budding of a new conversation, opening up on a larger stage, having this kind of maybe a surprise, like a little bit of an interesting surprise. Like this to me with this temperance here is this is all about the ebb and flow. And Nyla 101, thank you so much for chatting. Yes, I do readings. All of that information can be found via the About Me section on Twitch, because I know that I believe that that's where you're coming from, is Twitch. So you can find all of that on my About Me section. Through the temperance, though, there's this ebb and flow. This is that feeling again of that start stop. Like you're going to have to move one way as one cup pours into the other. You're going to have to move in that direction. And then all of a sudden, you're going to see the other direction come forward. That cup is going to get full, and then temperance is going to have to change that direction and move forward. So here's this Venus trine Gemini having this more in-depth conversation than was planned. All of a sudden, you're going to have to like shift what that looks like into something else, because Venus is already applying to this square with Saturn, which we're going to talk about here in just a second. So there is this flow that is needed as you go down this journey. That's the Two of Wands. This is a brand new journey. It's a journey that is destined. This card, this is why I love using the Morgan Tarot deck, because this card, like this gentleman is holding this oracle ball. This is a destined journey. You are on your path. This is the path. You end in mind, I've got that long-term vision. I don't yet know the steps to get there. But Knight of Pentacles, I'm ready. I am ready. I am fucking grounded. I am in this earth right now. I am actually having this experience. This is what I love about this time is we've truly transitioned from a abundant 5D experience, which is a lot of what we had been working with over the last 3 years. And we are moving, and this is how this eclipse season is tying into all of this. We are now moving to a new eclipse axis of Aries and Libra. That is all here. That is all here. Those are all the actions that we take, the relationships that we build, the movements that we make, balance that we bring between the 5D and the 3D. And I love that the Knight of Pentacles shows up, and I love that the Knight of Pentacles is facing the Two of Rods. It's almost like the Two of Rods is, if you look at him here, and I can even bring this up a little closer for everyone, he's really youthful, right? Like that is a young, youthful energy right there. And this Knight of Pentacles, little bit more mature, right? And I love that they're facing each other, and Temperance is over here like, yo, bro, yep, we're flowing. We're doing the things. Venus, I got you, girl. We're going to keep moving. We're going to keep flowing. And this youthful energy is like, I'm ready to fucking go on this journey. I am ready for all of this. I'm excited. And the Knight of Pentacles is like, yeah, we're going to do this damn thing. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you the way. I'm going to be here to guard your back. I'm going to be here to support you through this. This reminds me a lot of Saturn right now in this conversation. Like, I am here to support you. I'm here to show you the way. I'm here to, not only that, this is why Wisdom wanted to be here today. I'm here to show you the pitfalls. I'm here to create the container of safety as you move forward into whatever this new is for you. As these changes occur, you can put your faith in me. I've got you. I've got your safety and security at the front of the mind. So another thing, and we'll put these back and talk through then a couple other things with this Pluto and Venus conversation. Another way that I felt into this energy that this could come up is not all conversations, like when you, and I'm sure everybody's had these. I know I have had plenty of these where you walk into a conversation thinking one thing and you leave like, oh shit, that was not what I was expecting them to say. I was not expecting them to go that deep. As people, like, this could be very interesting where people could begin to show you where they are at. Venus doesn't want to get that deep. Pluto wants to get that deep. So here we grow. And again, this, because of this Aries energy, this all comes back to what are you going to do with the information now that you've gained? What are you going to do with this conversation? And some of this too, with Pluto in the picture, one of Pluto's main tools, what I get it, right? But Pluto's main tool is fear. Fear moves mountains. Period. Dot. Fear makes people do things that they would never normally do. And Pluto is very great at that. Pluto is extremely good at using fear. And I was pulling some tarot. So we had the Four of Pentacles come out, Queen of Cups, and the Lovers. And as I was talking about that, the reason why I said that is there could be a real fear of intimacy this time. Hold on. I wasn't expecting you to get that close. Now I've got to do something with this information. It's almost like, and I keep seeing this, and with the Lovers popped out, we're going to go right in and talk about it. Twitchy Tuesday, this is what we do. This, to me, I keep getting the image and keep hearing the words about, this is like those speed dating. That's what this is reminding me of. This energy right now is, it's like you found somebody you're interested in, you go on a date with them, and here's the Lovers, right? You go on a date with them, you have a really fucking amazing time on your first date. You're like, dude, this is gold. This is fucking awesome. I am super really excited right now. What else can hold on, I got to collect myself. I am super, super excited. You go on your second date, maybe even your third date, everything's going great. And then you're really not ready to take the next step, but that other person is. That other person becomes this Queen of Cups right here. And in your next date, gushes. I'm just hearing with this Queen of Cups, this gushing of intimate information it's almost like, hey, I know we've only dated for 3 times, but I think I love you already. And Venus in Gemini is like, what the fuck? Is this money with this Four of Pentacles? Is this money? Are you sure? What is happening right now? And so now it's about, what are you going to do with that information? Did you get triggered with your fear of intimacy? Did you get triggered about with what you just heard or how that all played out? So now how do you process through this? And that is what Saturn in Pisces is going to be asking, as Venus already is applying to that square. So again, that is the 14th. So you have a couple of days where this conversation is going to continue to play out. And now in comes Saturn with the stronger energy in Pisces, again at 4 degrees, 4 minutes. We have a Four of Pentacles right here. Grounded foundation. The threes, in how I read, threes are always to me the number and the tarot signification of your foundation in the 3D, your ancestors, your Ori, what you do, what's going on up here with your higher self in the spirit realm that is doing the work in order to bring things necessary into this realm, which is what fours are all about. It's at 4-4. And then Saturn going to the North Node, our future, also 4-4. So there's something really prominent with foundation that is being asked, and that Saturn is, it's almost like, so Saturn in Pisces is just a really interesting energy in its own right, but it's almost like an incredibly secure foundation in this moment, in you, in your human experience, that you are a spiritual being, that you have the spiritual connectedness needed to continue to move down the path, that you have all of the things that you know that maybe, yes, during this, hi, I love you after 3 dates conversation, there was a little bit of a fear of intimacy that you can stand in your power and go, okay, I know that I got triggered. I'm totally okay with that. I also know how to act. Again, it goes back to that statement. And one of my favorite statements is, thank you for showing me where you're at. Now I know how to move forward. Now I know what to do. Now I know what I can bring into this conversation. Because some relationships are superficial, they are very high level, others are incredibly deep, and very few typically end up being that super strong level of intimacy, right? So here is again this opportunity for you with Saturn in the picture to set that foundation, set those boundaries. If that played out for you and you're like, I'm sorry, I really like you. I had a great first couple of dates, but that's not what I'm looking for. Let me tell you what I am and let me reset expectations. How do you feel now? Or, you know what? As crazy as it may fucking sound, I love you too. And let's go. Let's make this happen, right? Or maybe it's just a little bit of blend of both, but that is how Venus square Saturn is going to end up inserting itself into this picture. So as soon, she's got this already applied square. Now you have the info. What distance and boundaries need to be set with it? What are you going to do with it? And that's what Saturn's going to ask you. Yeah, King of Rods. What action are you going to take? What King of Rods, healthy action are you going to take, right? It's high vibrational action are you going to take? What things are you going to do? And, it's one of those, I honestly, through these conversations, like this to me is a much, much bigger and longer conversation that goes out into May and into the future. We may not have all the things yet. And that's where I kept kind of feeling into like, yeah, we don't have all the 10 of Swords. We don't have all of the answers yet. All of this, like you need to stand in your sovereignty, your self sovereignty. That's what Aries is all about. This is what this Sun conjunct Jupiter, all of this energy moving forward into this eclipse season and the nodes changing. This is what it's all about. Self sovereignty. Chiron in Aries, self sovereignty. Still standing in your power, allowing the past to be the past, allowing these tens of swords to just sit where they are. This is also limbo. 10 of Swords is stagnant limbo. Whoa. Lots of information came in. I don't know what to do with all of it yet. I don't have all the answers yet, but I know I'm going to have to face it soon. That's those two cards right here, King of Rods and 10 of Swords. I know I'm going to have to face it soon. I know the decisions I make. I trust in my foundation with the Four of Pentacles. This gushing lover's energy, there is still, again, it's as all of this is happening, just remember things happen for you, not to you. Stay in that lover's mindset, stay in that heart center, stay grounded. We'll get some of that wisdom from the tree oracle here in just a moment. So then, we've got Venus squaring Saturn again at 4-4. Saturn in Pisces is then going to, not even an hour later, sextile the North Node in Taurus. And this is this meetup is Saturn then is also meaning it's opposing the South Node. So this actually, when I was thinking about this, came to me in an image versus I saw versus actually getting words for this. So I got the image of kind of like what we were just talking about with the cards, where the Two of Wands came up and the Knight of Rods or the Knight of Rods, Knight of Pentacles came up. It's kind of that energy. So I got the image of a seer meeting with the Queen and King, queen or king, doesn't matter, after they've sent their only child to conquer something. So like imagine, like if you want, you can even close your eyes. Imagine this like castle, and there's a sliver of a window that the king or queen, whatever your image conjures, is staring out and looking out this window. And it's dark and it's damp like a castle is. And behind the king or queen, out from the shadows, comes the seer, comes the wise woman, the wise man, the magician, the astrologer, the whatever image that conjures for you. And the queen is looking out at her only daughter, because this is Venus. The queen is looking out, or the king, at their only child, their only daughter. And they have just sent them on the journey that is forever going to change them. Their child is exuberant. They're full of vigor. They're ready to take on the challenge. They wanted this challenge. They know, their child knows that this is what they were brought here to do. This is their purpose in life. And they're riding off into the sunset like, I'm going on this journey. And as a parent, as a sovereign ruler, it's like it needed to be done. But there's also wisdom with the seer and the king and queen of that journey ahead is going to be fraught. Like my child is not going to come back the same person. And as they shouldn't, right? Like those are all good things. That doesn't still mean in the moment you don't feel that. And it's almost, I wrote down these quotations of, we've known that this day was going to come. It's like that seer and that king queen conversation of, we knew this day was going to come. This was prophesized. This was destined. This is what this person is here for. It doesn't make it any easier, right? And so out came, all in a chunk, out came the Judgment, the 8 of Swords, 5 of Wands again, and the 4 of Swords. So thinking about this story as Saturn sextiles the North Node in Taurus, like there is, again, there's with this Judgment here, this is a new journey that somebody is going on. You're going on. There is, again, I'm just getting the word, it's ordained. It's written. It's exactly what it is. Like, yes, there's that, there can be that fear. There can be that fear of owning and taking and like acknowledging that this is the journey you're here for. But get in the boat. Let Gabriel's horn guide you. Feel that knowingness. Stand in that ground and go, I accept. And then here you have the 8 of Swords. That is just, it's like, even though you're bound, even though you're scared, even though there's fear, even though Pluto's here, even though Saturn's here, even though you have no fucking idea what any of this shit's going to look like. You have no clue what this journey is going to look like. That's okay. It's totally okay. You got this. Thank you for the thumbs up. I just saw that come up, and I'm going to say Shinam. So thank you so much for joining us today as we kind of get into this and get into this energy. And yeah, there's some things here. There is some things here that, right? Okay, I'm going to do it anyways. I am going to take on this challenge. 5, there is change. There is change here. Some people may not be ready for you to take on this challenge or to change. Again, these are these conversations that could be happening out there. Make sure, and with this 4 of Swords here, make sure you know who's coming with you. Make sure that you're not putting like even with the Knight there that we had before, there's a level of trust that people come in with, and then there is earned trust. And you have to, this Aries, this Chiron in Aries, all of this Aries information that is going on, this eclipse and these nodes that are about ready to move, you have to trust yourself and the decisions that you make. You have to trust that when conflict comes, because conflict is going to come, that you can stand and you can still move forward, right? You, like the Five of Wands, conflict, you can move forward with judgment. You can do it. And with the Four of Swords, yeah, there could be even more, like, this can be stuff coming in your dreams, especially Saturn and Pisces. This could be information coming in your dreams with this Four of Swords on how you can move forward, what types of boundaries you need to set, where this next direction is, and really putting together that this isn't about today. Shit, it ain't even about tomorrow. It ain't even about Q2, right? Those are so, Saturn and Pisces has fucking nothing, wants nothing to do with the short term. This is all about everything in the past, right? 12th house, Pisces, our ancestry, the past, the deep past lives, into today, and how we shoot all the way forward, how we change ourselves, our legacy, and what we move forward with. And a lot of those answers may come in the dream state. Let them come. Accept and receive. Accept and receive that those are going to come there. So that is Saturn and Pisces sextiling the North Node.